cobblestones are still a little wet from last night's rain. The air smells like forget-me-nots. I've got my tote bag and my sleepy eyes, and you're already pulling on the leash you can't resist. The vendors lay their colors out like quilts, pink peonies and dahlias, pale and sweet. I hand them coins and they hand me the world, and everything feels slow and soft beneath my feet. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here on a morning just like this, with you beside me, wild and free. And all of this I don't wanna miss. Saturday morning market, petals in the sun. You're sniffing every flower stall before we've even begun. Saturday morning market, lavender and light. I could stay here all day long, and everything feels right. Everything feels right. A little girl is chasing after doves. Her mother laughs and tucks a rose behind her ear. I stop and watch and think about how love shows up in small and golden ways throughout the year. A man plays old guitar beside the fountain. His melody drips over every bloom. I hum along and you look up at me like you've got nowhere else to be, and neither do I. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here, breathing in this April air. A quiet joy that's just for me, and tiny perfect moments everywhere. Saturday morning market, petals in the sun. You're sniffing every flower stall before we even begun. Saturday morning market, lavender and light. I could stay here all day long, and everything feels right. Everything feels right. I used to rush through every weekend, checking clocks and counting things to do. But now I'm learning how to let things be, how to see the world the way you do. Just nose down in the roses, eyes up to the sky. Everything worthy of a second look, everything worth wondering why. Saturday morning market, I'll be back next week with my tote bag and my heart wide open, and my favorite little feet pitter-pat beside me. Pitter-pat beside me. Saturday. Saturday. Soft wind through the petals, and you right beside me, that's enough. One white daisy in a mason jar, one kind stranger with a gentle smile, one warm cup left cooling on the cart, one little moment worth a walking mile. I used to overlook the little things, the in-between, the quiet, the unseen. But standing here with flowers in my arms, I think I know exactly what life means. It's not the grand or golden, it's the tender and the true. A market on a Saturday, a dog who looks at you. Every petal counts, every sunrise matters, every random act of beauty. Before the whole world scatters, every petal counts, every small delight stacks up like a bouquet and fills the room with light, fills the room with light. You stop and sit beside a bucket full of pale pink roses trembling in the breeze. I kneel beside you just to see what's there. The whole world slows, I feel it in my knees. A perfect bud not open quite yet, still curled and shy and waiting for the day. I think we're both a little like that rose. Some mornings taking time to find our way. It's not the loud or dazzling, it's the softness in between. The things you almost didn't catch, the things you almost didn't see. Every petal counts, every sunrise matters, every random act of beauty. Before the whole world scatters, every petal counts, every small delight stacks up like a bouquet and fills the room with light, fills the room with light. What if every moment was already whole? What if being here right now was the point of it all? I think I've been searching for something far away, when the thing I've been looking for is in my hands today. Every petal, every sunrise, every morning walk, every wagging tail, every single small thing, every single detail. Every petal counts. No alarm, no rush, just the sound of spring. I didn't set an alarm today, woke up slow to golden curtain light. You were already at the door, of course, tail going, eyes wide, barely keeping still. I made my tea and pulled my jacket on. We hit the street before the crowd came in. The whole city was still catching its breath, and the market smelled like heaven on the wind. I don't need anything dramatic, I don't need a reason or a sign, just a slow walk through the stalls with you, and the feeling that everything is fine. This is the best kind of morning, soft and unhurried and mine. This is the best kind of morning, where nothing's missing and there's nothing to find. Just flowers and light and cobblestones, and you happy just to wander and roam. This is the best kind of morning and I'm already home. I pick a bunch of sunflowers bright and tall. They look like something someone painted once. A woman wraps them up in brown craft paper, tied with twine. She does it every week. I pay, she winks, you beg her for a pat. She laughs and says you're quite the regular now. I love that we have this little life built out of Saturday market stalls. I don't need exotic or expensive, I don't need the weekend to be planned. Just a spontaneous and easy morning with a paw tucked into my hand. This is the best kind of morning, soft and unhurried and mine. This is the best kind of morning, where nothing's missing and there's nothing to find. Just flowers and light and cobblestones, and you happy just to wander and roam. This is the best kind of morning and I'm already home. Saturdays have a way of lifting everything right out of my mind. You're already at the door, and I remember who I am. Someone who loves the small things, someone living with open hands. The best kind of morning, the best kind of day, the best kind of company coming my way. The best kind of morning is the kind we're in. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Lavender, that's spring, that's right now. There's a woman at the corner stall who only sells in purple, white and blue. Lavender tied in little paper sachets and dried eucalyptus silver in the dew. You sneeze when you get too close to the bundles. I laugh and it echoes on the stones. Something about the scent of it all makes me feel less afraid of being alone. Lavender, purple, morning gold, the softest kind of story to be told. I didn't know that peace could have a smell, but now I think I know it very well. Lavender and light, that's all I need today. Lavender and light, to breathe the gray away. You beside me, petals in my hand, colors softer than I planned. Lavender and light, lavender and light. Hearts and restless, sleepless nights. Maybe that's why I keep coming back here every Saturday, making it feel right. I tuck a sprig behind my ear like always. You sniff it and you wrinkle up your nose. I tell you that you just don't understand yet, but one day, little love, one day you'll know. There's a language in the way things bloom, a quiet kind of wisdom in perfume, something older than the words I know, something I keep coming back to grow. Lavender and light, that's all I need today. Lavender and light, to breathe the gray away. You beside me, petals in my hand, colors softer than I'd planned. Lavender and light, lavender and light. I've carried heavy things for years, let them pile up in quiet rooms, but here between the lavender rows, I feel them lift like morning blooms. You don't know the weight of it all, you only know this moment's good. And maybe that's the lesson here, maybe that's exactly what I should. Lavender and light, lavender and light. Just lavender and light. There's a crack in the old stone wall where a wildflower has made its home. Tiny yellow, stubborn little bloom, roots in nothing but the space between. You press your nose against it, curious to stop and crouch to get a better look. Nobody planted it, nobody planned it, but here it is, it wrote itself into the book. And I think about the ways I've waited for conditions to be right, when all along the ground beneath my feet was good enough for light. Bloom where you stand, right here, right now. You don't need better soil, you don't need to figure out how. Bloom where you stand, open a single asking, something impossible repeats. Bloom where you stand, right here, right now. You don't need better soil, you don't need to figure out how. Bloom where you stand, open in the sun. You're already everything you need to be. You're already the one. Bloom where you stand. You're tugging on my sleeve to keep on moving. There's more to see, you're absolutely right. But I keep thinking about that little flower growing wild in the walls, forgotten light. Maybe I've been looking for permission, some signal that the time is finally here. But the wildflower never asked for anything, it just grew right through the fear. Bloom where you stand, bloom where you stand, right here. Bloom, bloom where you stand, bloom where you stand, bloom where you stand, right here. Bloom, bloom where you stand. The cherry blossoms hit the street like snow. You chase them like there's something you can catch. I watch you spinning in the petals, laughing while barking, but it sounds like laughing. The man at the tulip stall is singing low under his breath some song I don't know. I buy the yellow ones, the brightest yellow, the color that says I am here, I am whole. Every season has a feeling, but spring is something more. Spring is coming back to yourself like opening a door. Spring has a name, and I think I know it now. Spring has a face, and it's showing me how to wake up new, to start again, to love the cold that came before. Spring has a name, and it sounds like a morning I've been waiting for. Been waiting for. I see a woman painting watercolors, set up right beside the rose display. She's catching all the light in pale washes. I lean in close, she doesn't mind, she waves. I love that we all come here for something. One for flowers, one for art, one for peace, one with a beagle, one with a baby carriage. All of us just here to be released. Every season asks a question, but spring asks the best one. Who could you be if you let yourself begin again underneath the sun? Spring has a name, and I think I know it now. Spring has a face, and it's showing me how to wake up new, to start again, to love the cold that came before. Spring has a name, and it sounds like a morning I've been waiting for. Been waiting for. I used to dread the end of things, the last leaf, the first frost, but every ending I've survived has led me back to something soft. And here we are again, you and me, in a world that chose to bloom. I think spring's been trying to tell us something. I think spring's been making room. Spring has a name. Spring has a name. It sounds like birdsong and cobblestones, like tulips yellow in my hands. It sounds like you right by my side. Spring has a name, and I understand. Sometimes you don't need a reason. Sometimes flowers are reason enough. I never used to buy myself the flowers. I passed them by and think for what occasion. But you looked up at me beside the sweet peas with those big eyes, that quiet constellation. So I reached out and pulled a handful down, soft violet, coral pink, and baby blue. I heard myself say, yeah, that's the one. And something in my chest said overdue. No one sent them to me, no one tied the bow. But I'm learning that the love you give yourself is the first kind you should know. A bouquet just for me. No reason, no occasion. Just a girl who wanted flowers and a long overdue persuasion. A bouquet just for me. Pink and purple, soft and bright. I carried them home through the morning, and the whole walk felt so right. Felt so right. Felt so right. My grandmother always had a vase somewhere full of something from the yard. She said a home without flowers in it was just a room a little cold and hard. I put mine in my favorite blue picture right there by the window, by the light. And you sat watching like a little sentry while I stood back and thought, yeah, that's right. No one has to give you permission to decide that you deserve something beautiful and tender, something gentle just for you. A bouquet just for me. No reason, no occasion. Just a girl who wanted flowers and a long overdue persuasion. A bouquet just for me. Pink and purple, soft and bright. I carried them home through the morning, and the whole walk felt so right. Felt so right. This is the smallest revolution, a fistful of sweet peas and freesia, but it's saying something I've needed to say to the part of me wanted to please you. No more waiting to be given what I'm already worth. A bouquet just for me is a perfectly good start. A bouquet just for me. Just for me. Ooh, just for me. Yeah, I think I'll do it every week. Just for me. You stopped dead in the middle of the path, nose deep in a pot of climbing roses. I pulled the leash and said, come on, let's go. But you just looked at me like who knows where that goes. I stood there with my agenda in my head, my list of stalls to hit before 11. And then I watched you just be in it fully, and I thought maybe that dog is on to something. What's the rush? Where's the fire? The morning hasn't gone anywhere. The roses aren't in any hurry, and honestly, neither am I swear. Slow down, smell the roses, taste the morning while it's warm. Slow down, smell the roses, let the whole day take its form. There is no prize for getting through it faster, no reward for skipping to the end. Slow down, smell the roses, and let yourself begin again. Begin again. I put my phone away inside my pocket. I stood beside you and I breathed it in. Deep red velvet, soft, a little heady, like something out of somewhere I've already been. A memory, a garden, summer young, my grandmother's hands parting the green leaves. Maybe some things circle back to find us. Maybe that's what roses do with these. What's the rush? Where's the fire? The sun will wait, the blooms will stay. We have this one slow Saturday to wander. Let's not spend it looking far away. Slow down, smell the roses, taste the morning while it's warm. Slow down, smell the roses, let the whole day take its form. There is no prize for getting through it faster, no reward for skipping to the end. Slow down, smell the roses, and let yourself begin again. Begin again. I used to think that slowing down was losing, that standing still meant falling behind. But standing here beside you in the rose stall is the furthest thing from wasting time. You've always known the way to be in moments. Every stall, every scent, every stone. Maybe dogs have always been our teachers in the art of making anywhere a home. Slow down, slow down, smell the roses. Slow, slow down. There's no hurry, there's just this. Slow down. There's a corner near the old stone fountain where three stalls meet and voices overlap. A woman sells dried herbs in little sachets. A man sells honey amber in a jar. And in between, a girl with paint-stained fingers sells tiny watercolors on a cart. I bought the one of daisies in a teacup, and now it lives above my radiator guard. Some places hold a kind of magic that doesn't ask you to explain. You just know when you arrive there that you'll always find your way back again. There's a corner of joy right here in the world where the light hits just right and everything swirls into color and laughter and honey and song. A corner of joy where I've always His owner laughed and said he loves beagles. I said she loves everyone she can. A whole little world inside this market, strangers who become the softest regulars. The fountain keeps its rhythm in the background, and the morning holds us all like it prefers. Some people spend their whole lives searching for somewhere they can fully be, but I found mine between the herb stall and the honey on a Saturday that set me free. There's a corner of joy right here in the world where the light hits just right and everything swirls into color and laughter and honey and song. A corner of joy where I've always belonged, always belonged. I think joy isn't something that arrives in packages or perfect planned out days. I think it's more like standing in a market and letting light land in accidental ways. It's you tugging on the leash to go say hello. It's the girl with her daisy watercolor cards. It's the fountain and the honey in the morning. It's the closeness of a life lived without guards. Corner of joy, corner of mine, corner where the light falls and everything's fine. Corner of joy, corner of spring, corner of the morning, corner of everything. The vendors know my name now, well they know yours. They call you out before they even see me. The beagle's here and suddenly there's petting, and you eat it up like market bread and honey. I have a reputation now for roses, for stopping at the corner stall too long, for buying more than I can carry home, and humming while I walk some half-made song. Maybe I've become a character in someone else's Saturday morning story. The girl with the beagle and the bouquet, living in her own soft glory. I'm the flower girl, don't need a crown for that. Just a tote bag and a pup and a well-worn welcome mat. I'm the flower girl, every Saturday come rain or shine, living in the market hours, living in this life of mine, this life of mine, this life of mine. A little boy once pointed and said, "Look, Mom, that dog is smiling," and you really were. Ears back, eyes bright, nose pointed at the petals, pure joy wrapped up in fur. And his mom looked at me and sort of smiled, like we both understood the same small thing, that sometimes life is exactly this uncomplicated, and sometimes that is everything. Maybe I've become the living proof that ordinary can be beautiful, that showing up for what you love can make a whole life wonderful. I'm the flower girl, don't need a crown for that. Just a tote bag and a pup and a well-worn welcome mat. life of mine. This life of mine. And when this season passes into summer's longer days, I'll find us back here still in all the same sweet ways. Because this isn't just a habit or a thing I do to cope. This is me deciding what a good life looks like. This is me choosing joy and meaning it and hope. The flower girl, that's me, that's mine. Come back every Saturday and I'm doing just fine. The flower girl with petals and a paw, living in the loveliest life I ever saw. Life I ever saw. See you next Saturday. Woke up slow, no alarm today. The sun came in and chased the gray away. Put on my shoes, clipped on your lead. You wagged your tail like you already knew. Not everything was perfect, not everything was right, but something small and golden caught the morning light. It was a pretty good day, not the best, not the worst, just the kind that holds you like a song you know by heart. It was a pretty good day, lavender in hand, beagle by my side, and the whole world felt okay. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. We stopped at every stall and took our time. You sniffed the marigolds, I read the signs. Bought a little bunch of something pink, sat beside the fountain just to think. Not every day needs fireworks to feel alive. Sometimes just the right light is more than enough to shine. It was a pretty good day, not the best, not the worst, just the kind that holds you like a song you know by heart. It was a pretty good day, lavender in hand, beagle by my side, and the whole world felt okay. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. I don't need the grand parade, just the sun across my face, your nose pressed against my knee, and flowers all around me. Some days ask for so much more, but today I have everything I need. Pretty good day, pretty good day, pretty good day, pretty good day. Pretty good day, pretty good day, pretty good day, pretty good, pretty good day. You and me in all this bloom. Yeah, pretty good day. I press the petals in my notebook pages, little things I carry through the ages. A yellow tulip from the corner stall, a sprig of sage, I barely could afford it all. These aren't grand gestures, nothing meant to last, just the quiet colors of a morning that I have to keep. These are laughed so hard I almost dropped my bag. The man beside us smiled beneath his hat. We don't need a photograph to hold a moment right. Some things live much longer when you keep them soft inside. These are the colors I keep: soft rose and morning blue, pale gold and lavender hue, the ones nobody sees but me. These are the colors I keep tucked inside a dream, between the ordinary seams of my everyday. Every market morning, every quiet walk, every stem I carry home, every easy talk. These are mine to hold, mine to bring along. Colors only I can see sewn into my song. Colors I keep, soft and sweet and real. Colors I keep, this is how I feel. Right here, right now, between the flower rows, where the morning smells like something no one knows. You're pulling at your leash toward the lavender, and I am right behind you. I surrender. Not the destination, not the ending scene. It's the moment just before it that I always wanna keep. This is my favorite part, right before I choose, when the petals blur together and I can't lose. This is my favorite part, you beside my shoe. Saturday still wide and open, fresh and new. This is my favorite part, this right here with you. The lady wraps the roses in brown paper, says come back next week, I'll save some for you later. And I say yes, even though I always do. But it's the saying yes that makes me feel true. Doesn't have to mean a thing to anybody else. I just know this moment's exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is my favorite part, right before I choose, when the petals blur together and I can't lose. This is my favorite part, you beside my shoe. Saturday still wide and open, fresh and new. This is my favorite part, this right here with you. Not the photo, not the caption, not the moment that it's done. It's the in-between, the almost. It's the soft before the sun. It's the standing in the middle of a world that's being born. This is my favorite kind of morning. This is what I'm living for. My favorite part, right here, right now. My favorite part, you and me somehow. My favorite girl. take a walk and find my way. But there you were, a poppy in the rain, impossibly alive despite the gray. And something in me opened like a window in May, like I was finally ready to receive the day. Something beautiful found me when I wasn't looking. Something beautiful slipped in when I wasn't cooking up a plan. Something beautiful, small enough to hold inside my hand. Something beautiful. A little dog who wagged at every face, a stranger's smile across the market space, a bundle tied in twine I almost missed. Something beautiful exists in this. I think that's how it always comes, the things that matter most, quietly, without announcement, like a morning toast. Something beautiful found me when I wasn't looking. Something beautiful slipped in when I wasn't cooking up a plan. Something beautiful, small enough to hold inside my hand. Something beautiful. I used to chase the highlight reel, the perfect shot, the perfect feel, but now I know the real thing hides in small and soft and open wide. In Tuesday roses, market noise, a beagle bark, a distant voice. The ordinary held with care is the most beautiful thing there. Something beautiful right here. Something beautiful, it's clear. Something beautiful is here. Still damp from morning, wrapped in paper white, the scent of roses tangled up with light. I carry them like something I should guard, like proof that spring isn't too far. Fresh cut, still open, reaching for the sky. There's something about new beginnings I can't pass right by. Fresh cut flowers in my arms, still dreaming of the garden, still holding all their charms. Fresh cut flowers on a spring day walk, still full of something hopeful, still got so much to talk. Fresh cut flowers, that's how I feel today. Still blooming, still beginning, still finding my own way. You nose the stems and sneeze, a little sneeze. I laugh and pull you gently through the trees. The market fades behind us, soft and sweet. The flowers nod their heads with every beat. I think that's what it means to be alive today. Still fresh, still cut, still reaching toward the light of May. Fresh cut flowers in my arms, still dreaming of the garden, still holding all their charms. Fresh cut flowers on a spring day walk, still full of something hopeful, still got so much to talk. Fresh cut flowers, that's how I feel today. Still blooming, still beginning, still alive in all their colors, still too young to be a memory. Let me stay a little longer in the freshness of this hour. Let me be like what I'm carrying, a wild and open flower. Fresh cut, still open. Fresh cut, still bright. Fresh cut flowers on a perfect morning light. The clock said 8 but felt like something else, like time agreed to take a rest itself. The market opened slow as honey pours, and we slipped in between the wooden doors. Something about a Saturday in spring makes the world feel like it's offering everything. Saturday in bloom, every color, every room, every corner of this morning has a name. Saturday in bloom, me and you and all this room, and I swear nothing will ever be the same. Saturday in bloom. The tulips stood in columns like a choir, the peonies in ruffled pink attire. You sat beside the sunflowers just because, as if you understood the art of pause. A dog who knows exactly where to be in a flower market, laughing next to me. Saturday in bloom, every color, every room, every corner of this morning has a name. Saturday in bloom, me and you and all this room, and I swear nothing will ever be the same. Saturday in bloom. This is what the week was built around, this small and golden pocket of the sound. The vendor humming something soft and low, the way the light falls slow, the way we always know that Saturday is ours. Saturday is bloom. Saturday is ours, stretched into perfume. Saturday in bloom. Saturday in bloom. You and me. Saturday in bloom. She saves the pink ones in the back for me. He gives you treats before I even see. The boy with the basil tips his hat hello. They know our order, know which way we go. I didn't mean to become a regular here, but I think this is the best thing I've done all year. The market knows me, knows my face, knows my name, knows I'll take the lavender every time I came. The market knows me, knows I'll stay too long, knows I need the roses, knows I need this song. The market knows me, and I think I'm home. The seasons change, but our walk stays the same. First frost or first bloom, we always came. There's comfort in the known, the said before, in being someone's regular, someone's more. It's not about about the flowers, though the flowers are divine. It's about being somewhere that is perfectly mine. The market knows me, knows my face, knows my name, knows I'll take the lavender every time I came. The market knows me, knows I'll stay too long, knows I need the roses, knows I need this song. The market knows me, and I think I'm home. I didn't know I was looking for a place that would recognize my ordinary face, that would remember what I always choose, that would feel like something I could never lose. But here I am on my 5th Saturday, and the flowers and the faces wave me in to stay. And even you have found your favorite spot, right by the woman who always says, the little beagle, yes, I haven't forgot. The market knows me, and that's everything. The market knows me. The market knows me. I said I wasn't buying anything today, just browsing, just an easy Saturday. But then I saw the dial is at the end, all copper amber tangled in the bend. I don't need more flowers, the vase is already full, but something about one more has the most incredible pull. One more bunch, just one more reason to walk through that door. One more color I don't have at home, one more bouquet I can call my own. One more bunch, just one more time, one more thing that makes this morning mine. And maybe this is just who I am, the girl who always needs one more bunch in hand. You looked up at me with those eyes of yours, like you already knew what was in store. I pulled out my wallet with a smile and shrug. You wagged approval and we both stood smug. We just a thought together, you and I. One more stem, one more reason for a pretty life. One more bunch, just one more reason to walk through that door. One more color I don't have at home, one more bouquet I can call my own. One more bunch, just one more time, one more thing that makes this morning mine. And maybe this is just who I am, the girl who always needs one more bunch in hand. Maybe I'm not buying flowers anymore. Maybe I'm just buying one more morning, one more reason to get up, one more walk that feels like wonder, one more moment just enough. One more yes when I could say no, one more small and perfect thing to know. So if the vases overflow, that's just how much I love this life, this glow. One more bunch, one more spring, one more you, one more me, one more morning, perfect rain. The flowers wrapped, the coins all spent, the morning given, the morning meant. We turned together down the cobblestone, the long way back, the lovely way home. And spring walks with us arm in arm, like it's been here all along, keeping us from harm. Spring walks home down the winding street. Spring walks home beneath our quiet feet. Everything we carried from the market, everything we keep. Spring walks home with me. Spring walks home with me. You stop to smell a garden by a gate. We're in no hurry, perfectly late. A cherry petal lands on my sleeve, and I don't brush it off, I let it breathe. Some walks deserve to be slow enough to feel every stone beneath your feet, every good and real. Spring walks home down the winding street. Spring walks home beneath our quiet feet. Everything we carried from the market, everything we keep. Spring walks home with me. Spring walks home with me. By the time we reach the door, my arms are full and so is more. The vase already waiting clear and clean. I'll arrange them while you curl against the dream. And the afternoon will soften and grow still, and the flowers will open on the windowsill. And I'll think about the market, think about the way spring just walked us all the way home.